One of the questions that I'm often asked is, why do I do what I do? For me, one of the best ways to answer that is a story that I encountered some years ago in a country called Tajikistan, just to the north of Afghanistan. My purpose was to go and work with some organisations who were working with children who were not living with their families. Whilst I was there, I asked if I could actually interview some of the children that were living in the orphanages. I wanted to try to see what they could tell me about how it was for them, rather than what I thought it was like for them. And I was given the opportunity to interview a group of children at an orphanage just outside of the city centre of Dushanbe. The children were actually on a retreat at that time, and we split the children up into different age groups of 6 and under, and 9 and under, and 13 and upwards. And it all had to be done through Russian because none of them speak English. So I got a translator to help me ask certain questions. So the situation was that we had 3 children of 6, 7 and 8, and I asked simple questions like, do you know why you're here? And they said, no, not really. So I said, well, do you know how long you'll be here? Not really. Then I asked them a question, what's it like living here? There's hundreds of you living together. You've got lots of friends, lots of activities. What's it like? And they said, yeah, it's good. We have friends, we have food, we have education. And then I asked them if they'd, how often they saw their parents. And they said, well, not very often. And these young children couldn't really give me a lot of descriptive answers. They just told me very simple responses to my questions. And then I moved up to the older children, and I asked them questions. How long have you been here? Some of them said 5 years, some of them said 2 years. I asked, do you know why you're living here? And they said, yeah, because of poverty. Our parents can't afford to send us to school, so they put us into this institution, so we'll get educated in the institution. And I said, but you're living away from your family. And they said, yeah, but it's not that bad. They said, we have lots of food, we have lots of friends, as you can see. We play football, we play basketball, we do lots of things. And they gave me some of these kind of answers that maybe they didn't want to tell me they were unhappy. I don't know. And then I spoke with the older teenagers, and I asked them the same kind of questions, again through my Russian translator. I asked them, are you happy here? And they said, yeah. And then I asked them if they would like to change anything. And they said, well, no, not really. And then I said to them, okay, let's just imagine this. Let's imagine that you had a magic wand, and that you could wave that magic wand and you could say, have any wish that you mentioned. What would it be? And they thought a few moments. And then they spoke back in Russian. And I didn't know what they'd said because they'd responded in Russian. But my Russian translator started filling up with tears. And then she started crying. And I'm saying, what have they just said? And she said, I can't believe that they've just said, if I could change one thing, it would be this: I want a mother or a father. And I thought, is that what's so important to these children? More than the football, the sports, the roof, the education, is that what is so important to these children? That they want a mother and father more than anything else, but no one has asked them that question? It just dawned on me that, as if I didn't know before, but I did, but it hadn't dawned on me that the most important thing for children is not what we surround them with and wrap them with, the activities and the material things and the entertainment and the attention, so to speak, but what they really need is someone for them. They want someone, and they need someone to be able to do that. And the thing is, when you live in an institution, you never get that. what you get is, let's do this, let's do that, we'll do that. Always trying to refocus the child's attention onto something that will take away from the pain, the inner pain and hurt. That they're feeling. And yes, it is an emotional subject, because at the end of the day we're all humans and we all want to be loved. We all need to be needed. But there are millions of vulnerable children out there who have been abused and messed around and ignored. And the place they need to be is in a family where they are loved and protected and cared for, not in an institution where they're just a number, one of many. That story taught me a lot. I've been in social work for many, many years, but that story was my encounter with the truth of the fact that the children need a family.